I'm back from more Final Fantasy 14, and today we'll be doing some side quests and getting all the ether currents in Kalusia. So, I think first things first, the ether currents in this area. Southwest, somewhere down here. Now back down here. So southwest again. So it's somewhere down here. Wherever this is, to the long, probably can't get to that. and somewhere to the east. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the east. Oh. One of them is in the east somewhere. There's somewhere down here. And then 307 yards to the east. Not that far. And probably have a declave area. Maybe. Maybe over that end. How do I get over there? You'll be joking. There you go. Right, where's the next one? Also, it is 574 yams. So, that'll be over here somewhere. Quadrant 6 to the north. So I'm just missing 2 more on the Ethic accounts and then 3 more through quests. That'll be 2 side quests and 1 main quest. To the north. So that must mean go back up, I think. Yeah. must say that this place is huge. There's like no finish as well. Yeah, Tomra and Tomra. So these are the gogs. Alright, so where's this safe? If current northwest, up here a bit. So go up here, and then somehow drop down. There's one more to find on the ground. Up north. Sorry, up here somewhere. What the hell is that? There's a machine code. Or a machine Talos Toad. So it looks like it could be here. So that's all that one's done. Next, what I'll do is going the wrong way. But since I can't fly in these ones yet, I won't be doing them just straight away. So I'll be FF14. I think I've done it with the Lakeland ones, but I'll check. If not, then I'll start with Lakeland. Do everything with cyclists there. Okay, I didn't do them. So I'm gonna do them now. So I too, but can you help me? Think you? Oh goodness, it's you. The one who turned the tide at Mr. Switch. Well, I feel doubly bad about this now, but I have little choice. I need any help that I can get. Thanks to the Eaters, everything not in the ruins is in disarray, and I'm working on to determine what material we have. But that requires sifting through it all, and if I don't know what we need, it will be fruitless, as I won't be able to order and in short, I need you to meet me at the northern staging point, please. Okay. Oh dear, whatever am I to do? Forgive me, I didn't see you there. Yeah, come seeking treatment, I presume. I'm afraid we're not taking any new patients at the moment. You're not ailing, you say? I'm sorry. I simply assumed. This is an infirmary, you see. Or rather, I should say, it used to be. My father ran it, you see, but he is no longer with us, devoured by a senior at the Battle of Warminster Switch, or so I was told. I did not even have the chance to say goodbye. And so I am alone in this world now. There is one man, a member of the guard, and dear friend of my father's, who promised he would look after me if things came to the worst. But then he was transferred to a distant and dangerous post, and thus I am unable to so much as share with him the unfortunate news. You look like someone who can hold his own in battle. Would you be so kind as to brave the road and convey my message to this man? Of course, I would compensate you well for your efforts. The man's name is Nilden, and God's willing, he still serves at Ratika's round. Pray seek him out until the culprit lives no longer. It pains me to ask a stranger to be the bearer of such grim news, but it would mean everything to me. The road is long and fraught with danger. I would not get very far on my own. I cannot force you to do this, but can you find it in your heart to help me? Sure. Thank you, my friend. I have no words to express my gratitude. My name is Kalia. Might I ask yours? A gentle name indeed. Thank you, Kirito, and be safe. You there, get ready to run. Time is of the essence. And new Amaro has escaped into the forest. The Camelot Forest base and Bandit Field Forest. Wicked White. My contacts at the Crystarium told me it was meant to be trained. Anyway, we need as many people as possible out there looking for it. Its handler is leading the search as he should. In the forest of the lost shepherd. Go, go. Okay. Oh, curse my clumsy feet. I'm really done it this time. I was on my way back from an assignment in Weathering. When would you believe it? I slipped and fell, sending the sack I was carrying flying out of my hand and high into the heavens. And as if that wasn't bad enough, a massive beast from out of nowhere snatched up my precious belongings in its jaws and carried them off to the gods nowhere. Suffice to say that if I return empty-handed, my commanding officer is like as not to put me on privy clean duty for a week. What's up, me friend? I want to do these four first. Then come back for the rest. Stock and barrel. We'll be assessing the situation out here. They may save time if you were to first tell me what destruction you personally witnessed. Instructions burned out or otherwise damaged in fighting. Yes, I thought as much. I'm really looking to preparing tents so that the labourers come to assist in the reconstruction. Need not journey back and forth each day. They're out to save time. I'll be curious to know whether anything out here actually has survived. Might ask you to survey the northern area and tell me if you find any material or other supplies that might still be fit for use. Thank you. Please, meet me here when you're finished. You peer into the crate to find that it unconsciously contains several undamaged tents. You pick up the cane and see that it has been weathered by what must have been many years of use. You examine the rack and notice that many of the weapons that remain are as yet undamaged. Finish your inspection, have you? What did you find? Oh, shepherds around here use this sort of cane. It must belong to one of the residents, or former residents now, I suppose. We can return it to them, though I imagine they'd rather have their land and livestock back. What else was there? Good to hear that I shouldn't need to procure any fresh tents. The weapons are less immediately useful. I will of course have them collected. It seems that I'll primarily need to order tools, as there were none to be found in the areas I checked out either. I very much appreciate your help. This has gone much more swiftly for your presence. Would you accept this small reward of a bit of coin door for just such an occasion back at the pool? So, quick with Nilden, Rascal's round. Something I can do for you? The senator's got coffers, say it ain't so. They'll blow you for. How many times did I tell him? Forget that damn battle and stay home with Kalia. The girl needs you. But did he listen? Obviously not. Forgive me, friend. It's just the man was like a brother to me. Anyhow, I'd like nothing more than to rush to Kalia's side with you. But I can't very well run off like that, at least not without finding someone to cover my post. If you could spare a minute, could you go have a talk with my superior, Captain Mines? Is a stern man, but also a reasonable one. I reckon he wouldn't begrudge me a brief respite to see the girl. After all, she's almost family. Can't thank you enough, friend. You'll find the captain inside the tower. I'd best be getting back to my post. I look forward to hearing the good word. Chophus, slain by a senator? Are you certain of this? Truly, this is a sad day for our cause. He was a fine such citizen, one of the best we had. I have long since lost count of how many men were plucked back from the brink of death by his hand. Aye, he was also one of the bravest men I knew. Though he was no warrior, he did not hesitate to venture beyond the safe walls of the Pristerium and tend to patients on the front lines. It was in this spirit that he chose to establish the infirmary at Fort Job. But he is gone now, and we must carry on without him. As for Nilden's request for a leave of absence, consider it granted. Tell him to do what he must for Chelfer's girl. I will see that his post is covered. In truth, we can ill afford to lose even a single good man at a time like this. And yet there are certain things that must not be compromised. Tell Nilden he may go to the girl's side with my blessing. Oh, There you are. What's a good word, friend? The captain said, what? Hahaha, must be going to soften his older age. Figured he'd at least have told me to hurry back. Goes to show you this is what people thought of Clopas. He was a good man, treated every patient with dignity and respect, be they prince or pupa. And he wouldn't think twice about risking his own life when others' lives were in danger. He could barely swing a sword, yet it wouldn't stop him from braving monster-infested forests, roads roamed by sin eaters, and the gods know what else. He even showed his face here around from time to time. Of course, that's where what did him in the end, and yet I reckon he died with no regrets, save for leaving poor Kalia behind to fend for herself. Anyhow, you have my thanks, friend, and with that I'll be best prepared to hit the road. There's someone who needs me. Well, there's nothing to be gained from standing around here moping. Kalia needs me, so I'll best take to the road. Calvus lost both his dear wife and parents not long after the girl was born, whereas Kalia all by himself he did. They weren't rich by any means, but still he saw that she wanted for nothing. I can't even imagine what the poor girl's going through, all alone in this dangerous world. As Corpus' close friend, it's my duty to be there for her and see to whatever she needs. Come to think of it, I don't suppose you'd be interested in coming along. I'm just one man, and looking after Kalia isn't likely to be an easy task. Yeah, a lifesaver, friend. I'm sure that it'll mean the world to the girl, and with that, I'd best be gathering my belongings. See you back at Fort Job. So we're playing this one in while I'm going there anyway. And now the real work begins. Fighting off the Senators was no small feat, but the task of rebuilding seems almost more daunting. Nothing for it but to grit our teeth and get to it. However, for the sake of everyone in Lakeland, Uncle Needham, he came all the way here for me. And you, Kirito, how can I ever pay you for your generosity? Think nothing of it, girl. Poor thing. You've been through more than any child should have to suffer. But don't you worry, Uncle Needham and Uncle Kirito are here to see to your every need. Really. You truly are too kind. Everyone has been. Why, even those here in the fort I have no spoken to before have stopped by to offer their sympathies. Whatever have I done to deserve such kindness? Reckon your old man is to thank for that. The people loved him, Kalia, and they know that his daughter and assistant is cut from the same cloth. You've got nothing to feel guilty about. What are you saying, Uncle Newton? It's my fault, all of it. I never should have let him go to that terrible place. Don't even think of blaming yourself for that, Kalia. Your father went there because he felt it was his duty. 100 men couldn't have stopped that stubborn bastard once he's made up his mind. Yes, this is what everyone tells me. That father was a talented such physician and a great man. That he is a hero who did not shy in the face of danger and sacrificed himself in the name of our cause. This I know, and yet, to me, he was my father. As cruel as it sounds, I couldn't care less that he died a hero. I want him to live, but still, he left me. He did not even give me the chance to say goodbye. Kalia, your old man may have left you here, but you never left his mind and heart, not for one moment. You were more important to him than anything. I know this, and yet I do not understand his duty, his patience, his daughter. How could any one man be so selfless? Selfless. Did he never stop to think of himself? Forgive me, my friends. I'm still feeling a bit overwhelmed by it all. No apologies needed, girl. You've had it harder than any of us, and yet we have to carry on without him somehow. All of us do. So tell me, Kalia, what do you plan on doing now? The sick and wounded still show up at these doors. My heart aches for them, yet I'm but a physician's assistant. I simply cannot offer them the treatment that father once did. And so I think I will head for the Crystarium. I will shut the doors of the infirmary, sell the furniture and equipment for what little they are worth, and use the coin to fund my trip. Aye, perhaps that would be for the best. It'd be safe there, at least, and as good a place as any to start a new life. There's a residence hall there, the cantineries they call it, where they give room and board to refugees and others looking to make the Crystarium their new home. You can take shelter there till you find a job and place of your own. Say, Crusoe, would you mind going on ahead to make the arrangements? The boy Sligum, there's a acquaintance of mine. His face is all right tight, but let him know of Kalia's situation, and I reckon he'll be able to find a room for her. I cannot even begin to express the depths of my gratitude, friend. Thank you. Yeah, what else have got? Pulls, and a lot of them. I can now fail to comprehend the profound significance of my fieldwork. Have I truly no recourse but to put my life in mortal danger in pursuit of knowledge? Oh, woe is me. Oh, hello there. Forgive me if I seem a bit flustered. I'm a scholar specializing in historical architecture, and I've a mind to pay a visit to Latson Loft, that I might access the full extent of the damage it sustained in the recent stand against the Almorian forces. I had assumed that the Christian guard would be escorting me there to ensure my safety, but they insist they cannot spare a single man for the task. Why? It's almost as if they believe my research to be of less than the utmost importance. What's this? Not only have you set foot inside the castle, you fought in the battle itself? Truly, fortune smiles upon me today. Would you be so kind as to accompany me on my expedition? You would of course be handsomely compensated for your services. Splendid. Then let us be off. My research has waited far too long already. There you are. I fear for a moment that you meant to leave me stranded here. Anyhow, as you can see, this place has seen better days. Truly a shame, is it not? I weep for all the historical treasures our realm has lost and continues to lose. In any event, let us have a walk about the premises and take a closer look. I mean to examine the courtyard. Why don't you circle the perimeter and take stock of what you see? Its proud castle wall has been reduced to a crumbling heap of rubble, no doubt having borne the brunt of a sinister's devastating attack. You attempt to open the weighty door, but its rusted hinges halt your efforts. Whatever lies on the outside will have to remain a mystery. We're going to just smack it open with a bit of force or something. Wait. How would there be? Huh. So there's a door, but then there's no door on this side. Huh. A south rampart stands strong before you. Though it has been ravaged by a battle, and the elements it seems in no danger of collapse. Yeah, but did you have your chance to make your way around the castle? Pray tell, how did it look to you? I see. If I might allow me to pose an odd question, I realize that, unlike me, you are hardly an expert in such matters. But what do you think of this castle? Aesthetically speaking, that is. It is most beautiful? Yes, yes, I could not agree more, my friend. For a left person, you have a most remarkable eye. Although it has suffered some damage, Love still stands strong as a singular specimen of this region's rich heritage and history. It is written in the histories that in days of old, the elves held sway over all of Northrend, yet they had no interest in establishing a nation, as it were, and thus were gradually driven from their homes by the other races, realizing that they had to fight with their lives to defend their homes to the source, their ancestral holy ground. With their lives, the once scattered clans banded together, uniting under a single king. So was born the nation of Lakeland, and Lot flourished as the seat of its king. Shortly after, the elves allied with the humans and protected the source from would-be invaders for years to come. Events took a turn, however, some 100 years ago. Elven dissidents from the old guard, who sought to restore their race to its former glory, banded together under auspices of a figure known only as the Shadowkeeper, and a bloody revolution began. Love, so proud and glorious, was bathed in fire and stained with blood, the beginning of the devastation that would continue with the flood and beyond. Like going back to the revolution, I came across a most fascinating theory, you see. One school of scholars persists that. But forgive me, I tend to get carried away when the topic turns to history. Let us return to full job that I might properly reward you for your assistance. Let's speak with the Morrow handler. You come to aid in the search? Excellent. It's this Amara's first time out of the Coliseum. He's got a bit spooked. Took off before I could stop him. It's instinctual, you understand. It should still respond to this though. That whistle produces a tone that all of our Amaro have been trained since birth to act. Blow it loudly and then listen for his cry. If it's nearby, you'll know. Okay. You hear the faint cry of an Amaro. He must be nearby. Oh, there he is. The Amaro trembles, apparently unable to move due to injury. Clear or both. Hopefully this handler will know what to do. You're back already? Does that mean you found him? He can't move. Poor thing. I must go to him at once. If you're back, it had better be because you found Morrow. Oh, you did? In that case, thank you. We really couldn't have afforded to lose such a valuable resource. Welcome back, friend. You found my supplies? Yes? Oh, please say that you did. Just the thought of scoring the privy with a toothbrush again is sending shivers down my spine. Should it be? Oh, but it is. My sack. My lovely, lovely sack. And though it's looking rather worse for wear, the contents appear to be entirely intact. What exactly are the contents, you ask? Among other things, there happens to be a remarkable device that has been entrusted to us in the guard by the Crystal Exarch himself. It is said to have exhumed it from the Crystal Tower. Though it simply looks like a pretty round gemstone, it somehow has the ability to measure the concentration of ether in the air and matter around us. Needless to say, it's not something that anyone, not even the Asians, can just toss together if I had lost it for good. But thanks to you, I don't have to think about that anymore, now do I? I know it isn't much, but please take this as a token of my thanks. And with that, I best hurry back. I get punished anyway from my tardiness. Fare thee well. Friends, and thank you once again for your invaluable aid. Take pride in knowing that you have made a great contribution to historical scholarship today. Pray accept this as a token of my thanks, and with that, I best return to my studies. Farewell. Right, there's two more here. Oh good, traveller. Thank the gods you're here. You simply must help deliver us from our unending nightmare. I speak, of course, of those goddamn gremlins who keep sneaking in to defy the graves beyond our fault. Time and again have I and my fellow guards chased them away, only to see them come back in hordes, crackling and sniggering all the way. As if that wasn't bad enough, they continuously berate us with an array of vulgar aspirations that, rather surprisingly given their limited intellect, more often than not hit painfully close to home. Why, it's not so bad that one of our men, that was definitely not me, spent the night crying into his pillow after the last such attack. But I can tell you're not the one to let their words wound you. Am I right? Oh, of course I am. So, I beg of you, go forth to the graveyard and be the gremlin smiling hero we need. You can neither see nor hear any sign of gremlins here. Okay. Did my ears deceive me? The tittering and snickering is no more. Could it be, dare I dream? Have you put an end to the gremlin menace once and for all? Oh, glorious. That is to say, thank you, traveller. All foot job is in your debt. Forgive me, I get carried away when the topic turns to those nasty buggers. Speaking of which, do you ever wonder where they came from? I could swear I never saw one of them before the flood. I heard someone saying that they first started popping up after the Colosseum was built. That they came out of the tower. As for the truth, who can say? But all I know is that they're not bothering us anymore, and that's good enough for me. An honour to speak with you, sir. The deeds that humans the switch continue to be an inspiration to us all, and a great many of our new recruits are eager to follow your example. Unfortunately, as things stand, few of them have the strength and skill necessary to do so. They don't like to hear it, of course, would rather run off to prove themselves against stray eaters than follow our training regiments. Frankly, they're liable to get themselves killed at this rate. I don't suppose you'd be interested in demonstrating just how they have to go before they reach your level. Sure. Very well, I can ask you to fight them hand to hand. Obviously, they aren't even close to ready for that, but perhaps you might show them the ease with which you accomplish the task that they find so burdensome. Collecting trifle sap in the forest of the Lost Shepherd, for instance, it always takes at least 3 of them to slay one of the creatures, and when they spend an age getting the cane to adults at the Colosseum, I'd love to tell them just how quickly you manage the same. So we got this one over here. We got some more over here as well. I trust that you are ready to depart. My man, Wyatt Tat, has readied the supplies for delivery to the Imperative, so pray speak with him before you take to the road. Once again, you have my gratitude. Oh, hello there. I'll take it you're the good-natured dupe, the kindly traveller who agreed to lug this heavy crate of supplies all the way to the bleeding hostile Imperative. Well, here are the goods. Just aside, you do us a great service. We were fortunate when a merchant caravan en route to Amarang decided to sojourn here at the ground for a spell. We were able to restock all manner of supplies that we've been short on for months. That's how the supply chain works in these parts. Caravan pass through, bound for far-flung locals. We restock supplies as best we can, and then we take them out to the outposts across Lakeland. Of course, we don't always have that enough free hands to make the deliveries. That's why we're most obliged to the kindness of strangers like yourself. Anyhow, I won't keep you any longer. Be safe on the road, friend. You're back, Greenhorn. What's that you have with you? A fresh crate of supplies. Perhaps you're not so useless after all. Actually, I have an apology to make. While you were away, my commanding officer informed me that not only are you not a greenhorn, you're not even a member of the guard. I suppose I should have been able to tell by your unconventional garb. Anyhow, rest assured that I got a good tongue lashing for my presumptuousness. I won't let it happen again. That said, I am most grateful for your service. You're a damn sight more useful than half of the men here. Perhaps you'd consider joining us someday. In the meantime, I've been instructed to pass along your reward. Don't be a stranger now. There are worse jobs than guarding the imperative, though it's not without its real problems. The trouble is, soldiers are supposed to withstand whatever hardships are thrown at us, but we're not made of stone. Some of the others see complaining and worrying as signs of weakness, so they act as if nothing bothers them. They'd never admit it to another guard, but they might to an outsider like you. A few speaks of flatulent stranger might get them talking, though. Don't blame me, I didn't name it anyway. If you can find out what they really think of working here, I'll make it worth your while. Sis. Flatulent stranger, my favourite. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to stop for a few moments while I wet my whistle. Mind you, with all the recent goings on, we're in a state of constant high alert. Of course, that means I have to stay in this chair, stare through the lens, and not fall asleep for the whole shift. Truth be told, I found myself nodding off from time to time, and I'd appreciate it if we could take shorter turns, not to mention the saddle sores I get from sitting down for so long. I say, might I ask a favour? Nothing too troublesome, I assure you. Well, assuming that you have no aversion to slaying a few late animals, that is. It is the Caesar I'm after, you see, and I will gladly pay above the going rate for swift delivery. There is no need to worry about the whys and wherefores. For now, just bring them to me as quickly as you can. What brings you here? Ho ho, this should help pass the time. Keeping watch outside the barracks is not the most exciting job, I must admit. A little bit of fascinating stranger will see me through the shift, but I'd better not make a habit of drinking on the job. What? I could really do with this is something to talk to. After all, guards usually work in pairs, don't they? Not only would it be good company, but we could cross our spears and say, who goes there? Whenever someone comes, I've always wanted to try that. Planning to go somewhere by Amara, are you? Nope. Oh, eh? I suppose a few sits wouldn't ruffle too many feathers. It puts my nerves at ease, but I wish there was something I could do for our Amara. They can be a bit uncooperative when it gets too bright, you see. Perhaps we should use some of the offers to help them calm down. Have you got permission to be in here? Haha, Barbara will get you everywhere. Just joking, of course. I know who you are. A lot of soldiers look up to you. I have to say, some of them even wish they could leave the Imperative and make a name for themselves. On the other hand, I expect a few of those out there in the field would welcome the opportunity to do something less risky for a change. We should look into shuffling the deck a little. After all, variety is the spice of life, as he says, saying goes. So, what did they have to say? That certainly gives me food for thought, even if it did take a bottle of blood stranger, each to get them to speak their minds. I'm glad I had the chance to hear their ideas, though for soldiers posted in a remote outpost like this, there's nothing more important than morale. Here, this is for you. I think I'm gonna leave here for now, and I'll do some more quests later. So I'm gonna end the stream. I'll be back in probably a few hours. So yeah, thank you for everyone coming by and watching the stream, and I'll see you later. Bye.